video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bad Steven Seagal beat up Twitter louder. Yeah. Good morning. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, everyone. I hope that was loud enough for you. I hope you enjoyed that, Bad Steven Seagal. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all are having a great morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Pat Steven. Good morning, Windology. Brightest Day, Dave G Sound, Yodam Darkstar. Greetings, Yodam Darkstar. Adega Outlaw, the Doctor of Disaster and Destruction. Psychodorf 9. Good morning, brother. Or should I say, Psychodorf 9. Good morning. Mexican Iron Man, let's get this party started right with a $5 super chat. Thank you so very much, Mexican Iron Man, and I know what you want to hear. You want to hear from the Spartans. Skol!
Spartans! What is your profession?
Project story time. Simmer down now. How am I supposed to pretend to work with all that loud music? The Catman, D.D. Myers. Louder is always better. Good morning, D.D. Myers. Good morning, everyone. Teresa Pearson. Good morning and afternoon. Dawn Claterman, we're not worthy. Zappo, good morning. Good morning, Zappo, as long as it's not the Godzilla one. Oh no, it's the Spartans. Dee Myers says Pat Steven Seagal always beating someone up. Good morning, brother. Good morning. How are you all doing this morning? It is Tuesday, of course, so it is Taco Tuesday. So I was looking at these articles last night. And I was like, man, what am I going to talk about? I think I actually got a couple of things I'm going to talk about this morning. So topics will not be an issue, and I'm going to have a friend. I'm going to have a friend on here in a little bit and throw him an invite and have him come up here because I've got a kind of like a public service announcement to make. Hopefully that'll work out. Someone say tacos. Yes, tacos. Yes, tacos. So I'm sitting here and I'm reading this article. And basically it's an article about Hollywood. Of course it's an article about Hollywood. It's what we talk about half the time. And the article is from a movie that's coming out with director-producer Anton Fuqua and Fuqua Films and actor Will Smith and his media company Westbrook Incorporated have decided to move production of their upcoming film Emancipation from the state of Georgia due to a newly enacted voting restriction that passed by the state legislature and was signed by the governor. At this moment in time, the nation is coming to terms with its history and is attempting to eliminate vestiges of institutional isms to achieve true racial justice. We cannot, in good conscience, provide economic support to a government that enacts regressive voting laws that are designed to restrict voter access. The new Georgia voting law are reminiscent of voting implements that were passed at the end of Reconstruction to prevent Americans from voting. Regrettably, we feel compelled to move our film production work from Georgia to another state. This is going to cost them about $15 million in about a year of time. So it's going to cost them $15 million just to move filming from Georgia. They're going to go to Louisiana, which is actually where a lot of the movie will take place, is in Louisiana. The place where most of the actual events that they are talking about took place. So just to move, they're looking at $15 million in a year of time. A year of time. And take your ball and book off. Reminiscent. Yes, Ternoculus P. Reminiscent. So, the way I'm looking at this is, you are being held hostage as a state. You will do things the way we want you to. You will do things the way actresses and actors and production managers, producers want you to, or we will go somewhere else. And a dig out, bye-bye, Hollywood. Need gas for them trucks to haul your shit out of here? Yeah. And Humor and Waffles, hail! How are you doing, Humor and Waffles? Good morning. Good morning. If I missed anybody, Colin P. Smith, Andrew 46 and 2, Forbidden Ruin. Good morning, y'all. So basically, I mean, am I wrong in thinking that it's like, well, you will have your voting laws the way we want you to, or we will go somewhere else? They did the same thing with the abortion stuff. They did the exact same thing. Psychodorf 9 with $5 super chat. Do you live there? Do you vote there? No. Then shut up and make movies. That's pretty much the way I was feeling, too. Psychodorf 9. I had a feeling we would see eye to eye on this particular issue. Skull! Yeah! You guys keep the fires burning bright on Tuesday. Thank you so very much for that $5 super chat, Psychodorf 9. As my co-host yesterday pointed out, it's not just Tuesdays, but yes, it is Tuesday. So thank you. I'm pointing out that it is Tuesday. So thank you. Pod Racing Palpatine, good morning. Project Storytime. Hollywood elites who don't live there want to control the law for those who do. Get out, Hollywood. We don't need or want you in government. You know, if an actor or actress wants to become an activist or wants to take part in the way the government works, I have no problem with that, if that's what they want to do. However, pulling this high and mighty bullshit I'm saying that we're going to, you can kiss our ass. We're going to spend 15 million extra dollars moving, and we're going to spend more money filming, and we're going to take another year. I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, then just keep doing it. Don't film there at all. Mexican Iron Man, wait a damn minute. The reason why they love to film in Georgia is because they get a whole bunch of tax breaks there. Wait a damn minute. Georgia is one of the 3 main movie film locations more than Hollywood. That law makes fraud impossible. Okay, that is, it took 2 minutes and Loki has me triggered. Yes, absolutely, Mexican Iron Man. As soon as I read this, I was absolutely triggered. It's going to be a triggering Tuesday. Triggering Tuesday, maybe? Triggering Tuesday. See above, took Loki only 3 minutes, and I am triggered. Please play as. Ask and thou shalt receive. Mexican Iron Man. Score!
God, I want to punch an old woman in the face!
Yes! Humor and waffles. California is exporting their toxic politics. Tucker did a segment on it last night, how Nevada, Idaho, and Montana are changing radically. Already happened in Vermont, New Hampshire because of New York. Of course they want it to change. They want to be the ones deciding how government functions. New York and California have always felt they should decide how the rest of the country votes. They should, their vote should count more than anybody else's. That's the way California and New York have always been. As long as California and New York are in agreement, the rest of you should fall in line and do exactly what we tell you to do. California will need $5 trillion to bail them out soon. With all the people leaving, there's going to be a massive housing market crash. They're going to continue to tax those people. Forbidden run. When you leave California, you are going to have to continue paying taxes to California. Even if you move out of the state, you will still have to pay California state income tax for anything you do after you leave California. You are going to continue to have to pay California taxes even after you leave. Isn't that interesting? Especially if you own a business. If you own a business and you live in California, you are going to have to pay California business tax as long as that business exists. Doesn't matter whether you transfer the headquarters out of California. Doesn't matter whether you transfer the entire business out of California. You still have to pay California taxes. So even the people leaving, they're still going to have to pay taxes. And they leaving because California is a pest hole. They then vote the same way. Don't Cali my Idaho. No, I don't want to see Idaho get Cali'd like that. No. And they are. They are going to continue to vote the same way because they're, well, they're morons. The reason why California is falling apart is because of the way that the state's government has acted. The things that they have done, the things that they have enacted. See, that's the problem with not talking about politics. I decide not to talk about politics. I decide not to discuss these things. And they're going to discuss them and force them on you anyway. They're going to make those choices for you. They're going to decide that, you know what, it's okay because we're going to bring our politics to you. We as Hollywood, we're going to bring our politics to you. And that's what they've been doing in their movies. That's what they've been doing in their television shows. That is what they've been pushing, their agenda. They're going to bring their agenda to you. And they're going to bring them to you a state at a time. It's not just the movies. It is the politics. They're going to bring the politics to you. Whatever state you live in, whatever place you live in, you're going to do it their way. Otherwise, they're not going to have anything to do with you. Let's see. Got something from Project Storytime. Give me just a second. Project Storytime. Loki, did you see Gavin Newsom is looking to pass a bill so he can get the names of all the people who signed his recall so they can have a talk? No, I did not. And I'm sure he does. Is it true that it's legal to poop in the street in California? Yes. Yes, it is. Homeless people do it all the time. From talking to Mexican Iron Man last year and doing some research on this, the homeless situation in California was so bad that people had the Black Plague. And when you're like, Loki, the Black Plague? Yes, the Black Plague. As in 200 years ago, decimated millions of people. Black Plague. The Black Plague. The reason France was burning mountains of bodies left and right. The fucking Black Plague. And do you know why? Because it is so dirty. And the homeless situation is so bad that the rats have the fucking Black Plague. $17 plague cases a year on average. Rats must be having a field day. There's trash piled up in the streets. Where the homeless are. Bubonic plague, the fucking Black Plague. And they want to tell you how to live your lives, how to vote, what you need to be doing, what you need to be wearing, how you need to be acting. And a $5 super chat or a £5 super chat from Purple Valkyrie. AFK today, Valhalla. Miss you all. Show Loki some love. Oh, and smash that like button. Thank you so very much, Purple Valkyrie, for that £5 super chat. Thank you. And we're going to burn it down, Purple. Skull! Yeah, you guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. And Colin P. Smith says, Loki, the one that reduced the population of the entire continents of Europe and Asia by 1/3, 1/2 in the 14th century, that one. So California now lives in the 1300s. Yes, that one. The Black fucking Plague. And you want to tell us how to live our lives. You want to tell us how to vote, how to spend our money, how to live our lives. You want to say, well, unless you overturn this voting, we're going to take our movies somewhere else. Well, you go right ahead then, and you take your movies somewhere else. Get the fuck out of my city. Get the hell out of my state. Move along home. Go somewhere else and film your movie. Because you're not doing it here. You're not coming in here into our home and telling us, well, you'll either have this law or we're going to go somewhere else. Hamlet Strategy 89, I love the smog. I love the smog. I love the smog too. I thought Smog was killer. There's some shit in that movie that I don't think is killer, but Smog was great. Forbidden ruin. Baltimore and its rat infestation is not far behind. Surprisingly, New York City cleaned up since those days. They had to. They had to. Why California is not, I do not know. But they need to. You can swear here? Yay! Good morning, Kronos. Yes, I see you. Good morning, brother. And why? Why on earth would you want to do that? Why on earth would you want to insert your politics into everything you do? They have that every few years in the Diamond Bar area is in the squirrel population, doesn't have anything to do with dirt or trash. Cali going to take their toys and go home. Bye-bye. And why? And why? So that you can get a law overturned, Will Smith? Antoine Fuqua? Is that it? Let's see this voting bill. Let's see this voting bill. Oh my God, there's like 1 million line items. Who knew? Who knew? Every sentence. Elected by House General Assembly shall take office on the day following the adjournment of the regular session. Blah, 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 blah. See Section 6F chapter is further amended. Enforcement of the chapter. Following procedures set forth in Chapter 5, the State Election Board may suspend county or municipal superintendents and appoint an individual to serve as a temporary superintendent in a jurisdiction. Such individual shall exercise all the powers and duties of the superintendent as provided by law, including the authority to make all personal decisions related to any employees of the jurisdiction who assist with carrying out the duties of the superintendent, including but not limited to the director of elections, the election supervisor, and all poll officers. No time shall the State Election Board suspend more than 4 county or municipal superintendents pursuant to subsection F of this code section. The Secretary of State shall, upon the request of the State Election Board, provide any and all necessary support and assistance that the State Election Board and its sole discretion determines is necessary to enforce this chapter. Sounds like they are enforcing the law. But I bet you I'm wrong. I bet you that's just Loki's naivety talking, and that really what's really going on here is white supremacy and white power. You see, all of us white boys, we don't really get along with anybody out there, and we decide that we want to take over everything. You see, it's all down to that. Everything I hear is about white power and white supremacy. Professor Brainy Specs, hell, and good morning, sir. Everything I hear is about how the evil of white people and the evil that is going on, that white people are just controlling everything, that we've got to smack down the white people because white people are evil and they will get away with anything. White, 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 white bad, white, 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 white bad. I even hear white people say it all the time. Loki, white people bad. I may be a white person, but damn, white people are bad. They keep killing off the predators and rats and other vermin, overpopulate, and it gets into the human population. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just like burning down. It's just like burning down the dead wood. They don't want to get rid of it. And it piles up and it piles up and there's nothing they can do about it. And then when a fire starts, oh, by God, it's going to take out all of California and burn down everything. And it's their own damn fault. It's their own damn fault for overcomplicating everything. And that's the problem, isn't it? That is the problem. Governor Brian Kemp signed the bill on March 31st. Certain provisions will go into effect on July 1st. Special ballots will be created for nonpartisan election ballots. must be printed in black and white ink on security paper. Cutoff date of 11 days before a primary general election or runoff election for mail-in ballot applications. A deadline for the issuance of absentee ballots at least 25 days before a federal primary general election or special election, or 22 days before a municipal general election or primary. Georgia state driver's license number, ID card number, date of birth, and the last 4 digits of a social security number or other approved form of identification must be printed on the outside of an absentee ballot. Conditions for rejecting absentee ballots if certain. Let's see. This is from Mexican Iron Man, Democrats, civil rights groups, panned the voting bill. Of course they did, because you have to actually prove you're a human being. That's the problem, isn't it? You have to prove that you're a human being to vote, just like you would if you walked up and voted. You see, they do all kinds of crazy shit, like handing out sandwiches, coming in and assigning you a number. For all those people out there that are like, that's okay, right? No, it's not okay. You can't go in and sign and vote under someone else's identity. See, that doesn't work. It's called cheating. But that's like totally legal, right? No, you see, that's cheating. You don't want to be a cheater, do you? Biden, of course, called the law un-American. America, it's un-American. Blatant attack on the Constitution. When did the Georgia election law go into effect? So March 31st, we talked about that. Special ballots. Conditions for rejecting absentee ballots if certain requirements are not met. Early voting, refreshments for voters waiting in line. Law bans people aside from poll workers from soliciting votes or signatures from voters. The distribution or display of campaign materials is also restricted to 150 feet of the outer edge of a polling location or within 25 feet of a person waiting in line to vote. Offering money and gifts, including food or drink, to a voter is prohibited. In a rebuke to the proposal last month, Georgia State Minority Leader Gloria Butler, a Democrat, said Republican lawmakers want to make it a crime to bring grandma some water while she's waiting in line. Voters have waited hours in long lines at polling places in recent elections, especially in black neighborhoods. Poll officers are permitted to distribute materials encouraging voter participation as required by law. Officers may also make self-service water available to voters. So, no one's preventing grandma from having some water. I've been here half an hour. Where's my snack? Andrew, 46 and 2. I too am AFK from the chat, just taking in some country air and listening in, but I don't hear any Conan. Stay safe, all. Pod Racing Palpatine with a £4.99 super chat. Thank you so very much, Pod Racing Palpatine. And you asked, and thou shalt receive. Conan, go! So I got an invite going out to a friend of mine. If you're out there and you're listening, by all means, you're more than welcome to come up. And I'm going to have a little discussion here really quick before I bounce out of here today. Professor Brainy Specs, hope you are well, Loki. I hope you are well too, Jeff. I hope you are doing well and kicking ass and taking names over at History with R&R. Professor Brainy Specs, our friend Jeff here, has been filling in and is the new co-host for History with R&R since the passing of the late, great Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. And speaking of History with R&R, here is the other co-host to History with R&R, Rambling Canuck. How are you doing?
It's snowing. Need I say more?
It's snowing.
Freaking April, and I have 2 feet of snow in front of my front yard. What the
Dude,
fuck?
I am sitting here in my I'm sitting here in my thermals. I've got a hoodie on, I've got a beanie on, and I'm going, what in the hell is going on? It's April.
Yeah, it's freaking April. It rained all last week, and now it's decided to snow all this week. I'm fuck it. I give up. But that's okay. That's what you have a 17-year-old for. It's called here's a shovel.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's cold here, but it's not snowing. Thank God. Thank God it is not snowing. And we have a $5 super chat. Hold on one second, because I'm just pouring a drink. We have a $5 super chat from Lady Miss. Thank you so very much, Lady Miss. And she said, oh yeah, encore, that toxic Conan. Thank you so very much for that $5 super chat, Lady Miss. Score!
Goal!
Thank you so very much, Lady Mist. You and Pod Racing Palpatine keep the home fires burning bright in Valhalla. Thank you so very much for those super chats. So, how has it been going? How's it been going? How is history with R&R?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're about to release or into the wild this Friday a brand new show, History Roundtable. Where and you know what? You might even know the people that are in it, Loki. You might know them.
Really?
It's a very, very, very slim chance, but there's a guy in your chat named Professor Brainy Specs. He kind of co-chairs the normal live streams with me, and then we're bringing on some fool named Mark Banfley Tired. I don't know about this guy, but we're gonna give him a shot. We're gonna give him a shot and see how it works. But we'll see how that goes.
Mark's a good guy. Mark's a really good guy. He has been a wonderful supporter of the channel. He has been a great wrench. I couldn't be luckier as a creator, as a streamer at this morning show to have a wrench like Mark. I'm really lucky to have the crew that I've got.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. On all seriousness, we're really looking forward to bringing Mark on board. Every second week we'll have the History Roundtable, and so we'll see how that flies, and then we're going to start bringing on more people on live streams and get things rolling. The radio show, I had to announce that we're going to bring that down to once a month because it is a colossal undertaking to do, and I just found like it was getting rushed all the time. And then certain gods wouldn't get me their audio on time. So we're going to give you some more time.
No, I'd get it to you by Monday. Get it to you on the weekend, Sunday night. It's like, Loki, do you have the... Oh, it's on the way. It's on the way, 2 o'clock Monday morning. There it is. All right. Thank you, Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Consist of hello, greetings, yeah. History with Anna. Yes. I'm Peter Whalen. Yes.
So it's shaping up pretty good.
Good. Now, I wanted to bring you on because I had a small kind of almost like a service announcement to make today. And I know you know about this. The chat doesn't know about this. And guys, I don't like to talk drama. I don't, especially concerning some people, because I believe that by bringing up the shit that people start, by bringing up the drama that people start, I am doing a disservice, not just to you, the chat, but to me as well, because all it does is get these people out into the ether. All it does is get people to focus on these people that cause drama and start shit. And but I could not in good conscience not say anything, because both of these events center around a good man that passed away, your former co-host on History with R&R, Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. And when I see the things that are happening, when I see two people fighting over the remnants of what Doom built, like they're picking over a corpse, I have to say something. I can't keep my mouth shut. These people know who they are. I'm not going to name drop this morning. They know who they are, and I'm going to break it down like this. To the first person, the only person that's going to decide who is going to be a part of History with R&R is the remaining member of History with R&R. And that is this man, Rambling Canuck. That is this man sitting beside me. He does not dishonor the memory of that man by deciding who is going to be sitting next to him when he does History with R&R. No one can replace Doom. No one. No one can replace Doom. But I know that Jeff has sat alongside Canuck and done a hell of a job on History with R&R.
Yes, I'm very lucky to have Jeff.
Jeff honors the memory of that man, and Canuck honors the memory of that man. And how dare you tell this man that he dishonors Doom's memory by deciding who is going to stream with him and who is going to be on a live stream with him. I know you're hearing me, because I know someone watching this is going to run and be like, "Oh my God, Loki's talking about you." Yes, I am on this show and I'm talking about you, and I'm telling you to rearrange your priorities and get it through your head that Rambling Canuck is the only person that can decide who sits next to him at History with R&R. And if he decides Jeff is that person, then Jeff is that person. Not you, not anyone else. No one else deserves that. And you sure as shit don't tell him that he dishonors that man's memory by making a choice of who's going to sit next to him. How dare you? How dare you, sir? Tell him he dishonors that man's memory. No one stood up with Doom to all the bullshit that man stood up against more than Canuck. Nobody. So you have absolutely no right to tell this man that he dishonors his memory by picking someone else, by having someone at the funeral besides you. Kiss my fat white ass. I don't know who the hell you think you are, and I don't know how the hell you think you have the right to say that to this man. But that was his friend, not yours. And speaking on that, there's someone else I would like to address this morning, and that were Doom's videos like a fucking vulture. It's not your content. It's not your content. You do not restream the content of a dead man, especially without asking his wife for permission first. That's her channel now, not yours, not anybody else's. You do not restream the content of Admiral Doom without her permission first. It is that simple. And when someone asks you to take it down, you fucking take it down. The two of you have disrespected that man and what he did. Both of you have. And if you have a problem with that, if you have a problem with me saying this, then you can come and deal with me. Because Canuck and Mrs. Doom have been far too nice to both of you. And when I told Canuck, hey, I'm going to bring this up tomorrow morning. If you would like to be here, you are more than welcome to be. If you don't have to worry about it. I don't want you to have a target on your back, because I understand what I'm doing. I understand I'm going to piss some people off. Some people be like, but Loki, he's doing the right thing. No, he's not. He's trying to get attention. That's why I'm not naming him, because the little bastard wants attention. That's what he wants. He wants to get attention. It's not about helping Doom. It's not about keeping the memory of Doom alive. This guy hated Doom. He hated him. And he can come on and scream that he didn't. And he can come on and yell and scream and out himself and say he didn't, but he did. He absolutely did not like Doom. And now they're picking over a dead man's corpse. Like it's like, oh, extra content. We're into the extras now on YouTube. Extra content. Kiss my fat white ass. No, you don't. Have some fucking respect. Have some fucking respect. You're supposed to be a content creator, and your idea of respecting that man is by rebroadcasting his stuff. I will say this right now. There is a chain of custody when it comes to this channel. And one person will have access to said chain of custody. If anybody else wants to get any ideas, if any of these sick little bastards want to be like, oh, well, we're going to stream Loki shit in honor, you will get fucking sued. It's that simple. And I'm doing that because of little shits like you. Little shits like the two of you that are running around, shooting their mouth off and acting like they actually give a shit. So, I love this guy sitting next to me. He's a great guy. He's a wonderful content creator. Please go and subscribe to History with R&R. Rambling Canuck has a wonderful show. Brainy Specs, Jeff, you are a wonderful co-host. Don't let anyone ever let you feel differently. When I brought Mark the Infinitely Tired on, I had someone out there who had to go and run their mouth to him and make him feel like he didn't deserve to be my wrench on this channel, that he had done nothing to deserve being my wrench. No, he's only been here since the very beginning and been a wonderful supporter of this show. He has been here time and time and time again. Yes, he deserved to be a wrench on my show. It's that simple. And anyone who has a problem with that can come and talk to me instead of acting like punk-ass little bitches, because that's what I've been dealing with the past couple of days, is some punk-ass little bitches that have no idea the damage they do to themselves, and they want to run around and act like everything's hunky-dory. We did nothing wrong. Grow the fuck up, children. This is adult time. You want to have YouTube channels. You want to have successful channels. You want to be respected in the community. Guess what? You have to earn that. That is something you have to earn. It is not something that is given. It's not something that's handed out like fucking Tic Tacs. It's something you have to earn. So if you want to earn it, start acting like fucking adults, and get your shit together. Because, like Mag says right here, who the fuck, who does that? What the fuck? Who does that? Who does that? And you want to act like, oh, well, it's all cool because it's behind the scenes. I shit you not, ladies and gentlemen, when I called one of these little people out, they said, and I quote, "It's okay. I said that to Canuck in private." I said it to Canuck in private. And what he said was, you dishonor the memory of Admiral Doom by not including me in more of what you're doing.
You know, Loki, I've been pretty quiet. Doom passed away in January, and it left a pretty big hole in history with R&R, and I've had a hard time recovering from it. I've tried to go on. I've tried to carry it. And as you pointed out, at the time when Doom passed, there were, on the day of when I made the announcement on History with R&R that Doom had passed away, the only reason that I made the announcement at all that day was because Paula Simpson, which is Doom's husband, or Doom's wife, sorry, messaged me and asked me to tell everyone. because she couldn't. So I did. I arranged the live stream, and I told everyone. Now, coming out of that, you know, because you're the first one I messaged.
Yes.
You were the absolute first person I went, I got an email this morning.
And I told you to verify it and make sure it wasn't bullshit. And
So-
make sure it was truth.
So now, many of you don't know, Doom at the time was getting attacked by a whole bunch of trolls, and those people can go and jump off a bridge for all I care. But, and one day I will have a conversation with them, because they decided to make fun of him even after he died, and one day I will have that conversation. But, more to the point, I wanted to make sure it wasn't a gag, so I went to Paula, and I talked to Paula, and I got it confirmed. And then I went back to Loki, and I went, well, it's confirmed now. Damn. So I did the live stream. I informed everyone, and I barely made it through that. I that whole day I couldn't even think straight. Couldn't even look. I think I talked to 4 people that day. I talked to Professor Brainy Specs. I talked to Mr. CCDV because I knew Mr. CCDV had, you know, I knew Mr. CCDV had some things that, you know, I wanted him to know ahead of time. Him and Doom were pretty close.
Eastland Burkholder, yes. Unfortunately, she has had to deal with some of this.
Yes, she has. So I was like, all right, fine. And then coming out of it, I started hearing rumblings. Nobody came to me per se, but I heard it through the grapevine, as you do through everything else, that I was being told that I was a bad person because I used Doom's death as a way to promote my goddamn channel. And it made me so fucking angry because all I was doing what Paul asked me to do. And I couldn't sit there on the day of and message, 50 people that I could think of off the top of my head to let them know that Doom had passed away. So the easiest way I could think about it was that I just go on a live stream and I say it once, and anybody who wanted to know will know. Instead of messaging 100 people or whatever, and it getting broken up or changed or wrong facts getting put out there, blah, 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 just put it in a live stream, boom, done. And so I got criticized, not of course publicly, but behind the scenes, because I was using Doom's death to promote the channel. Which to this day pisses me off. Then I got asked to do the funeral. I was asked by Paula to broadcast Doom's funeral because she was overwhelmed by the support from the community and wanted them to be there. So she asked me to do it. So I did it. It wasn't something that I sat down with Loki and went, it would really drive the numbers up. Let's do the funeral live. Yeah, no, that was never freaking conversation. Conversation was my brother's wife asked me to do something and I did it. Whether I could do it or not is another story. You can ask Loki. After the funeral was done, I just went, bye, folks. And I ended the stream. That was it. Nobody heard from me for 24 hours after that. Because I'd done what I needed to do. I'd done what was asked of me by his wife. The Doom mug that I have in the store, I have it there because Paula okayed it. Paula is keeping Doom's store open, so out of respect for her, I changed the entire logo of History with R&R so that I wouldn't be running competition when I sold the History with R&R mugs. That's the difference. That's the difference between somebody doing something that they know goddamn well. When Doom was alive, he would have freaking lost his mind if you would have turned around and put his content on your channel. He would have lost it. If you go back, look at a Doom's live stream, Doom would literally have running on the bottom scroll, and he purposely made it because this person was doing this at the time, purposely made the scroll. No rebroadcasting of this content will be tolerated. That was in his live stream, for the love of... I've never rebroadcast a thing of Doom's. And me, of all people, could probably get the okay from Paula. But I wouldn't feel right about it because I knew he'd flip. He worked hard on those. And those were his babies, and those will stay on his channel. Paula has decided that the channel will go on. The only one that has any right to post anything new is Paula herself. And to me, by rebroadcasting it, all you do is disrespect a man that I care deeply for. And you can burn for all I care. That pretty much sums up my thoughts on that one.
Okay. I've never seen the disrespect that I've seen over someone passing. Ever. I've also never seen a community reach out like this one has when one of us has fallen. As Pat S. said just a minute ago, YouTubers are either the best people in the world or the worst. I've never been a part of a community that reached out for its own like this one. I've also never experienced some of the things after Doom passed that I've experienced here. We stand with Rambling Canuck. We stand with History with Arnar. We stand with Doom and Doom's wife. We always have. There were a couple of people that said, why, Loki, did you not cover all of this when it happened more and talk about it more and push the charity? Because, ladies and gentlemen, that was this man's responsibility. He was Doom's co-pilot. Him and Doom were partners. And if it was anybody's responsibility, it was him. It wasn't anybody else's. If you did, that's great. But if you were picking over the pieces, that's wrong. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. And you owe this man an apology. You owe Doom's wife an apology. Because he was a human being who kicked ass, took names, and stole babies' lollipops. That was Doom.
Mm-hmm.
That was Doom. And I can't imagine he's happy that I'm having to do this, that Canucks up here having to talk about this. It's high past time you get over yourselves and move on.
I don't want to be completely negative. So can you? I know we're going to mention. We didn't say we were going to name drop, but I'm going to name drop one, and it's because out of all of the stuff, he did it right. Okay. And I think when people do something right, they deserve a little bit of knowledge. And nobody would really know this unless they knew the back behind the scenes. So here we go. If you follow Anti-Trekker, whether you like him, don't like him, whatever, I don't care. Anti-Trekker did it right. And it is why Doom's Rules, he releases a video and he's going through Doom's Rules. Now some might go, well, why don't you point your finger at Anti-Trekker and get mad at Anti-Trekker for doing videos on Doom's Rules? They're even called Doom's Rules. Here's why. Anti-Trekker released 2 videos. The first 2 of Doom's Rules. I proceeded to take those videos and I showed them to Paula. Paula had a few critiques. Paula wanted a couple of things in the video changed. I took said concerns to Anti-Trekker. Now, Anti-Trekker has a YouTube channel of over 2,000 people. He does not need to answer to me, Paula, or God. He can do whatever he wants. It's his channel.
Yeah.
I took Paula's concerns to Anti-Trekker. Privately, of course. The next video, before it got released, he sent it to me to get approved by Paula. And all of Paula's changes were made and done. There was no bitching, there was no complaining. They were just done and adhered to. That's the difference. That is doing it right versus doing it wrong.
Professor Brainy Sex Anti-Trekker has over 14,000
Yeah.
subscribers.
Whatever.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you,
But-
Jeff. Yeah,
But that's the difference between doing it right and doing it wrong.
The fact that I've had to say something about this, I have had to say something about this. I shouldn't have to. I should not have had to say anything about this. I should not have to bring this up on the show. I should not have to talk about this on the show. The fact that I have, and I let Canuck know, hey, I'm going to say something. I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut. When you tell someone they have dishonored the memory of this man, and then say, well, it's okay. It's okay. I did it in private. It's okay because I did it in private. No, it's not okay. Now, the other person in this situation, I don't talk to them at all. I have absolutely nothing to say to them. But the other one, you need to reach out. You need to reach out to Canuck. You need to apologize. And before you say you have, I know you haven't. You need to reach out. Do it behind the scenes. Do it in private. Whatever. Reach out and apologize. And then contact Paula and apologize to her. Because what you said to him is completely fucked up and completely wrong. If my best friend passed away and I was told I dishonored his memory, you better be damn sure you're bringing the facts in that situation. Because if you didn't, and you're just shooting off your mouth because you're a jealous little bitch, I'm going to beat your ass. You're going to get an ass whooping for that. No ifs, no ands, no buts, no stopping me. You're going to get an ass whooping for that. A physical ass whooping. Nobody's going to be able to stop me. That's my brother. Doom was Canuck's brother. I'm sorry you are jealous that you did not have that opportunity on History with R&R. I'm sorry that you were jealous that you were not included in preparations when the man passed away. I'm sorry you were jealous that Jeff got the call to be Canuck's co-host instead of you. Put your shit away. Put your little petty whatevers away and realize that this man lost his best friend, his co-host, his friend. Be a little respectful to the people that have passed. The people that fought for the right to do what they do. Okay, I don't want to bring this up again. I don't want to talk about this again. So, both of you, on notice. One, stop restreaming other people's shit. You've been told before. This has gone on for over a year. The first time I heard about your punk ass, it was about restreaming other people's shit. You know you don't do it. You know for damn sure you don't do it without someone's permission. And you didn't have her permission. You didn't have Canuck's permission. You didn't have Paula's permission. You didn't have anybody's permission. You just did it. You know People don't like it. You know people don't want you doing it. And like Canuck said, the man had to put a scroll on the bottom of the screen that said, do not rebroadcast this, because your punk ass was rebroadcasting people's shit. Content creators create content. That's what they do. They don't rebroadcast other people's shit. They actually create content. They don't make a living off of rebroadcasting a dead man's live streams or dead man's streams. They don't. So stop it. People don't like it. It gets people jumpy and itchy and twitchy, and it's just bad form. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, but it's bad form. I don't know if you got a screw loose upstairs, if there's a microchip just not working all the way, but people don't like it. It's disrespectful. So stop. Mags with $5 super chat, sending prayers for Doom and his family, for those suffering, and for those who need their hearts changed. They do. And thank you, Mags, so very much. They do. And Adega Outlaw, who nobody can say it better than Adega. By the antics of the jealous, they expose themselves and their true personalities. They suck light out of others instead of standing on their own feet. I couldn't say any better than that. I'm not as eloquent as Adega, and often I shoot directly to the point like a fucking missile, and I'm cussing and I'm raving and I'm ranting and I'm pissed off, and that's just me. I couldn't say it like Adega does. If I am that eloquent, it just gets lost in me being pissed off. Thank you, Canuck, for coming up here and spending the last 20 minutes talking about this. I know that this is not easy. I understand that this is not something you wanted to be up here doing. I didn't want to be up here talking about this, but there comes a time when you either say something or you put your thumbs in your pants, you look down at the ground, and you walk off like a little bitch. And we're not going to do that. Enough's enough. Just because some people don't want to make something public or say something in public doesn't change the fact that when you say something, it affects people. It hurts people. And as Nina Green says, we miss our dear friend. We miss our dear friend. There were beginnings of the weeks where I would hop on Doom stream. Sometimes you guys wouldn't even know that I'd been on there because I got on there like 45 minutes before the show started, hung out with Doom, and then hopped off because I had to get something done and get in bed for the stream that morning. Other times I hung out for like an hour while I worked in the background. I'd be working on an outro, or I'd be working on an intro or a video or something that I'd be working on, where I'd just be hanging out with all of them on his stream for the first hour. And that's how I would start my week, was hanging out with Doom on a stream, on his stream. So please, guys, have some respect. The fucking guy's dead. He passed. Have some fucking respect. We all do. I don't understand why you two seem to have a problem with this. But you do. So now we're telling you, leave the fucking guy alone. Stop messing with Canuck and telling him this bullshit. I don't care if you told it to him in private or not. Stop it. And stop rebroadcasting his shit. It's bad form. Don't act like you care either, because we all know you didn't. We all know he had to block you at one point. You threw a little tantrum and ran around like a chicken with your head cut off, talking shit. So stop. Stop. It's embarrassing. It really is. It's fucking embarrassing. Everyone, we will be back later tonight for the comic book roundtable. I am going to also be on Paulie's celebration stream tonight. That will be happening at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right after the roundtable ends. He is having his members celebration tonight and his monetization celebration. So if you can be there, that'd be great. If you can't, va con Dios, amigo. We'll see you later. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. I know that this community has been through a lot. I know that we have fought hard. Yes. Thank you, Rod Thunderheart. Thank you, guys. If you are not subscribed to Rambling Canucks History with R&R, please check him out and consider. Stop ringing phone and consider subscribing to History with R&R. It is a great channel. These guys love history. They love talking about history. I love getting to be a part of the radio show. I love Peter Whalen. Yes. Purple Valkyrie. Where's my spotted dick? Damn it. I love getting to be a part of that. I have since the very beginning. So please check out History with R&R and throw him a subscribe if you can. If you like his content. Subscribe, ring that bell. Thank you guys so very much for being here. Like I said, we'll be back tonight. We're going to be on Heiress of Chaos's channel for the comic book roundtable. And then we are going to be over on I see that rambling. Thank you. We're going to be over on Paulie's channel on Latino Slant, hanging out for his celebration. And yeah, Nina Grain. Leave Canuck alone. Do not put him down. He's a wonderful person. Absolutely. If you guys like karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
Canucks karaoke.
We do a shindig every Saturday.
We do a shindig every Saturday. I have not been able to make it lately because I helped out last weekend over on Echo Base. I was on the weekend before that. And they've been going past midnight. And by the time
I got to kick them in the butt. They used to go on after my karaoke show, and then the buggers went on early. What the hell? I'm going to kick them in the arse. I'm going to go over there and, go Darth Vader on their ass. Jesus.
But I love both. I love Canuck. Those are my brothers, and Canuck's my brother. And guys, just, you know what? Have a great one. Have a great one. Take it easy. And, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming on Mornings of Mischief. Thank you, Canuck, for coming on this morning and dealing with us. I know it can't be easy.
No problem. And anytime. And this year is going to be nice. We'll get to trash STD again. And then, next year we'll have Picard take 2.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Oh, I'm going to remind you because, this is going to be fun. You're reviewing it. I don't care. If I have to wake up every morning going, Picard. Picard.
Everyone take care and have a great one.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.